hello, my beautiful friends. Unexpected, unexpected Sunday video. Uh, well, not a day where you go out or let your dog out, but nothing gonna stop us now to have a mini live stream on a very rainy weekend, on a very rainy day here in Michigan. I want to show you how beautiful. Let's see if I can change the. Can I change the camera? I want to see the beautiful colors that we have here. One of my favorite times of the year. Even though it's very wet, and I have an umbrella buried. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be even rainier. I have an umbrella that is buried under our unsuccessful photo shoot today. So, well, I guess maybe it is successful in a hidden type of way. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's very, very rainy. Well, it's not right now, but the water is still dripping. Anyway, I have something funny for you. You know, maybe I should put my, let's see, maybe I can put my hat on. Wait, I'll look spectacular. Yeah, it will actually protect me from rain. I know I'm gonna look very, very Slavic in this. What do you guys have to say? It has a leather top, so it should protect me from rain. I know how silly it looks. It's not winter yet, but I think it's beautiful at the same time. So anyway, welcome, welcome to the rainy live stream. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for somebody, and I just didn't want to be in my car. I wanted to get some fresh air because I promised myself every day I'm out, no matter what the weather is. Meanwhile, the topic of this video is: do you guys know what the Shreking is? You know, you learn something new every day, right? I hope you can hear me. I don't know if you can. I don't know how good connection is here. Hi Elizabeth. Hi Kevin. So, what is the Shreking? What the Shreking is? I was laughing so hard. I was laughing so hard when I learned this new word Shreking. Basically, it's a very funny word, and it's a very funny term, shall I say, in dating. And it means Shreking is basically like dating a Shrek, dating somebody who is way below of in the looks department of who you really wait. Oh. It's dating somebody in the looks department, somebody who is way below your regular. Like, let's say, you know, you usually date somebody who has a particular look, and here you're dating somebody who is maybe objectively a lot less attractive. I'm in the midst of the full aggression. Look at this beauty, guys. Look how beautiful it is. Hello, thank you Elizabeth, thank you everybody, welcome. So this hat has a leather top, so it's semi helping me with the rain. I just want to show you how beautiful the fall is here. I love fall, but it comes sometimes with a bad weather as well. Oh, you know what, maybe I can go right here for a moment. I don't know, can you guys hear me okay? I don't know if you do. You look Russian? Well, I'm originally from Ukraine, so that makes sense. But in this hat, definitely. Plus, I do, half of my family comes from Russia. I really wish we wouldn't have this awful politics, so I can be really proud and there would be no drama and no tragedy going on between our nations right now. But there are some things that you can, you know, there are things that you are born with, you know. There are things that you're born with, your ethnicity, your skin color. No, I'm proud for my ancestry, I am. But each time nowadays you tell your nationality, it just, people go crazy in the comments and miss the point of the conversation. So yes, I'm proud of my descent. My mother's family comes from Russia, and my dad's actually come from Belarus. But I grew up in Ukraine, and I consider myself Ukrainian because I grew up there. Just like you, if you're watching in America, you consider yourself American, even if you have Polish roots, if you have Italian roots, you know. But I grew up in Ukraine, and it's my motherland. So, and I really cannot stand with people threatening each other based on their ethnicity. I cannot stand that. It's actually part of our problem. But coming back to something a lot lighter, you know, every city should have a city crazy, you know. We have городская сумасшедшая должна быть везде. So somebody sent me a very funny question to my coffee. Thank you guys so much for supporting my coffee site as well as the YouTube channel. And I just felt like coming on. And is ever asking me what is my opinion on. I cannot say it with a straight face. What is my opinion with about Shreking? So, for those who just joining, Shreking means uh, Shreking means dating somebody who you basically consider way beyond your level of attraction. For example, you know, you prefer a particular, you have a particular type, you kind of fall for attractive people, whether you are a girl or a guy. But stop laughing immediately. But basically you're looking for a safe option, and you are tired. You know what? I'm gonna go here temporarily. And basically you are tired of people letting you down. So you have a strategy. If you go lower in attraction level, maybe you can attract somebody who is there to stay. To be honest with you, I don't see this as a bad. I do not see this as a bad idea. I do not see that as necessarily a bad strategy. You know what I mean? I don't think it is a very bad strategy. I think it is definitely a strategy, and it could be successful because most people, when they fall for the chemistry, when they fall for very attractive people, for example, I worked with men who wanted to date or marry a Slavic woman, and most of the men who fell short, who were not that successful, who didn't have a good response, most men who did not have a good response from a lady would be basically the man. Wait, I'm sorry. That would always go way out of their league. Most men who would go way out of their league usually would not get the receipt. Not always, unless they were wealthy and charismatic. They would not wait. Unless they were wealthy enough and charismatic, they would not be successful. Yes, if you're a very charismatic man, you can date a woman that are much younger and much more attractive, much who is the top on attractiveness, right? And if you are wealthy and you have a charismatic something about your character, yes, you can be successful. But if you're just a normal person, just a normal man, so to speak, not particularly social, not particularly confident, and not particularly in a good financial state, usually when you go above your league, most women, not all, but most women will throw you down. But now for the ladies, I think that Actually, most ladies who are successful in their dating, in their options, actually practice in Shreking. I want to show you this beautiful, beautiful fall. All, I think a lot of ladies uh, who are who are serious and who want to be um, very secure in their relationship, if they're smart, very often that's exact strategies that many women follow. It didn't have the name Shrekin, but a lot of women who like stability, they would choose a man that is basically a safe bet, a safe option. Oi, head! I don't want my head to fly away. Somebody says, Steven says, I love the accent. Thank you, Steven. So, what do you guys think? Have you ever experienced Shreking? But the thing is, you have to be very adequate about your own appearance. Most people are not. Most people are not adequate about their own looks. So sometimes you can say, "Oh yeah, I was Shreking," but you are actually a you are actually a match. I think Shreking would be for a beautiful woman, yeah, for a beautiful young woman to date a guy who is, super nerdy, out of shape, but maybe he's very reliable. Maybe he's bold, maybe he's overweight, maybe he's not particularly charismatic, he's not particularly outspoken, but he's very, very reliable. So she knows she were got married with him and have children. At least she believes he would be there. It's not necessarily a guarantee, but I remember my grandma back many years ago was actually telling me about what they call now Shreking. It's hilarious, but she definitely didn't call it Shreking. She didn't even know the first thing about it. It's like Shrek, right? Like dating a Shrek. My grandma, I remember I was about 15, 16 years old, and she was telling me something about the dating. And I remember she told me, never marry a handsome guy, never marry a very handsome guy. Marry somebody who's, rather pleasant. Like, we have this word in Russian and Ukrainian, sympatичный. Like, sympatичный, like something like cute, sweet, lovely. And I was so disappointed because when you was that age, all you can think of is you have all those crushes, and you definitely want to have the most handsome guy. You wanna date the most handsome guy in high school, right? You wanna go out and in my days it was just going out getting ice cream. That's what dating was about, going out getting ice cream. And so, yeah, it was so funny. I was so disappointed. I was like, who gives such advice? And she said, just trust me, never marry a very handsome man. I think what she also meant is the character, somebody who is, extremely popular, I think she meant that they are more likely to be unfaithful and whatever, but who is gonna listen at 16, right? Nobody. No, we don't have hurricanes. Thank you for your concern, but we don't get hurricanes here. That is I'm living north, in a very north, one of the very north states. So we can get wind, we can get the water, rain, snow, blizzard, which I love, but we never get hurricanes. So that's one of the parts that I never want to. I would like to have a second home south somewhere, or a condo, but I will never leave this state because of the hidden benefits that nobody knows. We never have truly scary weather. I mean, the scariest, the scariest, it's a blizzard, and I love blizzards. So, no, it's not nearly as bad as a hurricane when you can lose your home and die. And hurricanes are scaring me. I never want to see one. So I'm in the United States. So anyway, guys, Any experience on Shreking? Please share in the comments if you're gonna be joining later. I just find it hilarious. I was dying laughing. I was like, what? What? But I think the young lady who wrote me, I think she was like probably Gen Z, and they coming up with all these funny names, you know. Um, I don't know. I'm still find it hilarious. But to wrap this up, I would say that it is a brilliant idea sometimes to try another type and give it a chance. Because sometimes, sometimes men look, to us ladies, men can look like a bit of a Shrek. But when he opens his mouth and he has charisma, I mean, he's very confident, charismatic, he's well spoken, he's competent. Sometimes for the long term mating strategy, he could be the best candidate rather than the hot guy. Um, a lot of ladies, especially women, young women who, well, not only young, old ladies too, and mature ladies too fall for the cuteness where it's not the most important thing in a man. Although I believe the chemistry, the attraction must be. But as women, we can develop attraction to a man. We can literally develop it based on how he treats us, how he takes care of us, how he makes us feel. If the man knows, can feel our certain buttons, and he makes us feel certain way about ourselves, we often can fall in love. Because when we fall in love, we not just fall in love with that person, we often fall in love with ourselves, the way we feel around this man. When somebody makes you feel very special, just the way they treat you, the way they see you, all of a sudden you fall in love with your own self again. That is why often when there is a breakup, people are not as sad actually to lose that person. They miss the feeling that that person had given them. Very often when we break up, even with a friend, but especially with a lover, with somebody we've been in a relationship with, we miss that very special feeling, how special we used to feel around them. So, and some men who are a bit on the Shreki side, life had taught them to be very charming. Some of the most heartbreaking, not heartbreaking, but some of the some of the men who were good at not good at breaking hearts, but all those Casanova and all those men that seduced a lot of women. Some of them were below average even. They definitely were Shreks. But they've learned how to charm, they've learned how to make the experience, they would be an experience. Most people don't understand that some people have such amazing social skills that being with them, it doesn't matter what you do with them, just being in their surrounding can feel like experience, like you are experiencing this. And so they cannot easily let that go. No, I'm not gonna show the street behind me. Nope. All right, guys. This was. Can you get your personal number? No, but you can write me to my email. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody says you have magical eyes. You should be on the cover pages. Thank you. I am right now. You're looking. With internet, you can be your own star. You don't need a producer. You don't need a signed contract. So, ladies, if you're watching me, if you have something special about you, have a quality page about you. Not anything revealing or inappropriate, but Look at this. Happy fall, everybody. No, you cannot have my WhatsApp. You can send me an email, as I said. Hey, Eric, welcome. You don't email? Well, that's too bad. I have WhatsApp. It's only for my family and close friends. So when you get on that level, you can have it. I have a coffee site. You can send me a message on coffee and support the channel. Or you can send me a message on Instagram. My Instagram is public. I actually have my for page. Yeah. You can send me a message on Instagram, but in my coffee site as well, but I don't chat. How are you? What are you doing? I don't chat. I'm sorry. If you want to introduce yourself, if you have a particular question, then we can talk. I don't go back and forth in the comments. I'm just want to warn you because some people wrote me on Instagram and like, hey, how are you doing? I'm sorry. My days have more meaning than a small talk with a stranger. So if you want to, yeah. Anyway, long story short, if you know, you know. Um, well, my dear friends, I want to wish you a beautiful Sunday. It's beautiful fall here. Okay, I can show you. Cannot show you the street, but I can show you the beautiful trees. I put the hat on because it was raining. It was raining pretty hard. Look at this beauty. Ah, maybe you live somewhere south. Oh, my head is a little bit warm. Yes, beautiful, beautiful fall, my dear friends. Somebody says, I can't tell if you're 25 or 45. I know. Me either. Yes, I hope my head is not too wet. It was, oh my gosh, we had thunderstorms and so much water, so much rain, but I'm meeting, we had some plans for today and we decided not to cancel, but it's just, we're swimming here today. But you know what? Sometimes it's really nice to get out in a bad weather as well because it gives you that, whew, wakes you up, you know, wakes you up. My favorite are not yellow, but I mean I love yellow too, but my favorite are red. I think in the beginning of the video, I'm standing near the maple. So anyway, yes, I think Gen Z came up. I think Jay Z came up with a new term. I find it hilarious. But I do have a belief that every person can become more attractive and more magnetic despite of their ethnicity, of their look, even if their features are far away from magazines and even if your features far away from anything that considered universally beautiful, even if you're a lady and you feel like, oh, I'm not the classic beauty or I'm not the trending beauty, believe me, your originality, your energy, your vibrancy, the way you speak can get you places and people fall in love with you and they stay in love with you. Whereas if you simply count on your beauty only and your flawlessness, once that disappears or fades, and if you don't have anything else, you're gonna have a very tough time. So when you have a character, a personality, people tend to love you till the day you die because you shine through. And if you were lucky and you have if you were lucky and you got both, then you have, it's a sin for you to not share your talent, to not inspire others. You know, it's a sin for you to play small if you were lucky and you have a beautiful appearance and a beautiful heart and a beautiful mind. Eric, yes, I need to send you my website. I will do that, I promise. I'm not on computer today. I'm not on my phone today. This is a phone I'm streaming from that does not have any apps, and nobody except for my closest family know this number. So Sunday is a bit of my detox. But I will send you my website on Monday, which is tomorrow. Thanks for your interest. Yes, my business is waking up for the season, I would say, because if you know, part of it, I have some collectibles, I have some accessories for ladies, but I also have a lot of furs, if you couldn't tell. So I can't complain. But I always reinvest, so it's always a process. It's always a roller coaster, kind of. Oh look, my you know what? Do you guys want to see the? I'm gonna put this back on in case it's. I don't want to have more rain. Let's see. How do I put it? With one arm. Oh yeah, I don't think I can hold it. I wanted to show you the beautiful. I don't know what it is, but maple trees are so beautiful. I love that red, wine red, pink red, so beautiful. I've never said that everyone feels the same. I've never said that or think the same, but when I come to my channel, whose perspective I supposed to share? To your opinion, whose perspective I supposed to share if I make a video on my channel? Should I just say, well, everyone feels different, so I'm just gonna keep silence? Or should I share opinion of somebody else? So you have to take it with a grain of salt because it's obviously my channel, so it's my perspective, right? Makes sense. Or do I just you know, gotta be reasonable. Oh, hi Aaron, welcome. Good to see you, Aaron. Sorry guys, in the dark. You see how much the lighting difference. When you make a video, you see now I'm in the dark, but I'm now in the dark from both sides because because we have no sun today. That's why I'm in the dark. I'm gonna walk you to the maple tree. Always be like that. Thank you. I cannot be like anything like anybody else, I can guarantee you. Everyone else is taken. So yes, and if we are good on time, I have just a couple minutes. I'm gonna show you. This is so beautiful. It's almost like it's pink. It's like orange and pink. How beautiful is this? Matches my lipstick. Okay, I don't want to make it wet. Look how pretty is this. I thought to record the video because I think that if you have another rainstorm, we're gonna lose all the leaves and all the fall. So from Michigan with love, my dear friends. I will see you very soon. Let me know if you have any Shrek experiences in your life, or maybe you're Shrek yourself and you're doing well. There's nothing wrong with it. I actually find him very cute, especially his ears. Men have a very important ability, like very crucial abilities that often they overlook. It's a lot easier for a man with being a smart Shrek, being a charming man. You can always overcome any looks, even if you're short, even if you're not particularly masculine, even if you lost your hair, even if you, have any not universally loved features, you can actually be very attractive for women if you have character. If you develop your character, you are really fun to be around. You are charismatic and you're knowledgeable, competent. Uh, but it takes a lot of work as well. Don't worry if you have gray hair. Don't worry about coloring your hair, doing surgeries. I've actually heard that so many men in Hollywood right now doing plastic surgeries. You know, you should always take an advantage that your gender offers you. If you're a man, oops, look at this. I need my hat. If you're a guy, you don't need no plastic surgery. Scars look good on a man. Aging can look good on a man too. When you make a plastic surgery, to me, um, it's so metrosexual. It is a little bit gay. I'm sorry. Not to take care of yourself, not to be in a great shape. That is awesome. That is cool. But if you're obsessed about you doing some facelifts and you're doing all these things, and I mean, you can if you really, really struggle, but I would not do it. If I was a man, I'm a woman and I'm not planning to do it anytime soon. But you got to take advantage of your gender. Your character, your attitude, and your financial status and your ability to communicate, your emotional intelligence is so much more important than your looks. Yeah, so hello to Shreks. For ladies, it's a bit more complicated. Hi, Alex. I'm sorry I'm leaving, but I'm showing you some red leaves. I know you don't have them probably in Texas. Do you have fall in Texas? I don't think so. But anyway, I'm showing you on this rainy, gloomy day. You gotta see the sky. I'm gonna show you. That's what we got for the sky today. But anyway, I'm heading out, spend some special time with the people that I love, and I'm wishing you the beautiful afternoon. If you have some thoughts, just comment them below in the comments. I will respond as soon as I can. Bye, everybody. I will see you soon. Wait, don't fly away. No. Awesome. Bye, everyone. Au revoir.